Muy buenas a todos, señores, señoritas, animales y lo que haya por allá. Aquí estamos en otro vídeo de Genshin Impacting. Bueno, voy a mostrar logros, aunque no tengo nada más que uno. De pescar 100 peces, joder. Pues nada mal, oye, que se venga con nosotros. Y vamos a hacer esto, la misión de Arconte esta. Porque hoy yo creo que ya es el día en el que hay que llegar a Inazuma, tío. Hoy tiene que ser el día en el que vayamos a llegar a Inazuma de una maldita vez. Así que primero, pues nada, vamos a hacer este torneo, que si lo ganamos, pues podremos elegir entre dos recompensas. Una era obtener una visión y la otra era llegar a Inazuma. Y bueno, en nuestro caso vamos a llegar a Inazuma. Y fuera de grabación voy farmeando con muchos enemigos. Entre ellos, pues este, por ejemplo. Bien. Y se acabó. Entonces cogemos rápidamente esto y pum, ya. Tengo un montón ya de varios objetos. Al final es que realmente hay que farmear cada día. Hay que consumir resina. Porque así pues, para ascender personajes. Hostia, y todo esto también lo voy a coger, Espera, voy a hacer esto. Pum, 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 pum. Presionando el botón pues hace ese ataque así veloz. Y bien, pues ya está. Vale, pues ahora vamos. Ah, coño, qué susto. Amigo. Mierda, cerdo. Bueno, estamos llegando. Creo que el ritual ya lo hice, la verdad. Así que vamos a ir directamente. Tío, ojalá lleguemos hoy, Pero claro, tenemos que acabar esta misión primero. Y a ver. Me encantaría mostraros las misiones de las islas de... Bueno, vamos. A ver, tío Yun, Capuyun, ya os diré luego lo que quería.
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet?
Aún no.
Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you.
Sí.
Then allow just anyone to take part. The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is gonna get their butt handed to them. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that. So, Paimon's wondering, are you a renowned fighter?
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit. Oh yeah.
Competición de lucha libre.
Also, that doesn't sound like the most official tournament out there.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part.
Sí, sí.
Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us.
Qué peligroso.
I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2-1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course. But the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them. And hand them over to the Millilith. I received quite the commendation.
Uh-huh. But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is all in a day's work.
Gracias por la información.
Alright, we're gonna keep looking around.
I'll see you in the arena. But I don't plan on losing to a pair of children anytime soon.
Sí, seguramente que no, amigo. Suerte, tío Yun, Capuyun. A ver. Aquí tenemos a más gente.
Hi there. Are you here for the Crux Clash too?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. That's what our master taught us. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a chance for us to obtain the masterless vision.
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our master's top students.
This master of yours must be pretty incredible, huh? Are they someone famous?
Famous? He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Liang and I are both proud disciples of his.
El clan Lingshan.
You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous as the master himself anyway. He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different styles of kung fu, and countless other clans have borrowed extensively from him. To the Ling Shan clan, he teaches a special technique known as force dispersal.
Force dispersal?
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you and neutralize attacks without moving an inch. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist, or change the direction of an incoming stone, all without breaking a sweat.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
¿Eso es posible?
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics. There's no way we could use it proficiently yet.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition fees and still have nothing to show for all our training.
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a grand master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Master is getting increasingly impatient with us. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Una visión no hará que las artes marciales se les den mejor.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same situation.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Ling Shan clan will go down in history. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
Bueno, esa es la actitud.
See you in the arena.
Sí, nos vemos, nos vemos. O quizá vosotros no, porque os parta los ojos. Bueno, a ver, tenemos que ir allí. Que tenemos a la tercera persona. Hinjo. Este Hinjo está
Hey,
genial.
youngster. Are you here for the Crux clash too? If so, seems I found myself another new adversary.
Sí,
So
sí.
you're also here for the tournament?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could walk away as a champion. For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the puzzle that is my life.
¿Quieres ser un aventurero?
No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I am looking to become a perfect person. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life so far, without any setbacks. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures, and seemed to get on with just about everyone socially. In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. I know I haven't reached perfection yet, because there's one thing I'm still missing. A vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
¿Eres un luchador de renombre?
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So they very kindly made special arrangements on my behalf. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. It's such a blessing, really, to have so many good friends in my neighborhood. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric styles of kung fu. As a high achiever by nature, I'm confident I've done enough to guarantee my victory in this tournament.
Seguro que sí.
I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my aura overwhelm you, though. You'll need your wits about you today. Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to see me in action.
Me gusta tu exceso de confianza, amigo, porque luego ¡pum! Te la
So,
clavamos.
to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just really average. Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing. Come on, let's go sign up.
Venga, va. A inscribirse. Ya toca ya.
Jinx a village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name?
Me llamo Zali the Snake.
Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the clash?
I I have to ask, aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that only those without visions can enter the tournament?
Yo no tengo una visión.
Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable, face off against all sorts of monsters, even the Fatui, and always come out on top.
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, could I ask you to provide a few claims to fame? It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements as part of the sign-up process. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osial, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Pues he salvado a Balin.
Yeah, put that down. And also, defeated the Fatui Harbinger child.
Whoa.
La
Might as
cara.
well declare him the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record I've ever seen. Right, your registration is complete. Now, a brief word about the prize. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize, namely, a vision.
Oh, we're not
No.
here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the tournament.
There's another prize, too? Oh, first I've heard of it.
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous as Inazuma?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then?
Simplemente no estoy tan interesado en las visiones.
Well, I'm sure a great hero has an important reason for being here. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you to your preparation.
Sí, por favor.
So, Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision bearers rule in this. Even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you can't manipulate the elements without one. So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. You know, just to avoid any misunderstandings. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win, even without using any elements, right?
Tienes razón.
All right, it's showtime. You got this.
Venga, vamos.
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete?
Sí.
Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
Venga, por favor, que quiero ir a Inazuma hoy, coño. Vale, esta misión parte hecha.
Our
Uy,
next
mariposa.
competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now.
¿Va a esperar a que hable?
You? You're the hero they're talking about?
Sí.
Ugh, how am I supposed to win now?
Cojo la mariposa en tu honor, amigo. Y se
What a
acabó.
strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with?
No tengo ni idea.
Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
Bueno, ahora miraremos el logro. Porque lo hemos conseguido. Consigue tu primera victoria en el Torneo Crux. Vale, muy fácil. De acuerdo. Pues vamos a ver, Beidou. Y está Kazuha.
I knew I wouldn't regret introducing you as the favorite. So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that guy and did it with style, too.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect the opponent from serious harm.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just now, he's more than convinced me of his ability. So come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to congratulate our up-and-coming champion?
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these words of praise. You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you on the spot like that. You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was entering the tournament. And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you.
No sé por qué tanto alboroto.
Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, I I figure I should start treating you that way too. For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight someone in your league too, right? So, I'm putting you straight through to the semifinals.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy system if we just skip straight to the semifinals.
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't persuade her otherwise. Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the semifinals anyway.
Huh. To be fair, Paimon was thinking that too.
Alright, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there, I want to know who they are and what they're about.
Bueno, pues sabremos ya quién es nuestro rival.
Here, folks. The real show is about to begin.
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. I have not seen her so excited in quite some time. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned warrior. You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard.
No he olvidado mi objetivo.
Very well. Show me that you are ready to push through the storm that lies ahead.
Sí, sí.
Alright, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up. She'll take you into the arena.
Vale, pues ya está. Habla de nuevo con Suhan.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux clash, but he has quickly become the dark horse of the tournament. I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you make sure you are fully prepared before you begin.
Relax, my guy's at the top of his game.
Estoy listo.
Okay, follow me.
Venga, rápido. A por él, a por la revelación.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for.
Vale, ¿algo más? Parece que no, que ya está. Venga, pintamonas, a tu casa.
I'm sweating all over. It's a good feeling. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train harder.
Tienes potencial para ser el campeón.
Right. For a moment there, Paimon was a little worried. If you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the strongest around.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that if you're strong enough, you'll have your chance to get one. But mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't depend on a vision like you can your own body. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the gods. I don't envy it.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that masterless vision?
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against other fighters and see. Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So I'm pleased with today's outcome. I don't often have the pleasure of experiencing defeat.
Wow! Now that's true strength talking.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be stronger next time.
Yo también.
By the way, do you know who else made it into the finals? Is it gonna be someone even tougher than you?
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have heard is that they're extremely quick. So don't get too cocky.
Vale, pues no me confiaré.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round. Paimon thinks we might need to up our game a little.
Tío Yun. A ver, cuéntanos.
Ah, it's you! I watched your match. What a stunning performance. I myself was eliminated in the third round. Shame. If only I could have advanced one more round.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way, do you happen to know who else advanced to the final round?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent, quick on his feet and swift to take advantage of his opponent's missteps. I faltered for but a brief moment, but before I knew it, he had me on the floor. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But faced with a nimble, agile opponent such as him, I found myself completely out of my league. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Veremos. A ver, hay que seguir preguntando. Veamos este, Liang.
Hey there! Well, where did the other guy go?
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over the place. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet.
¿Qué tal tu
Don't
pelea?
even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, my scheduled match time had already passed and I had to forfeit.
Oh.
I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the end of it.
Pobrete.
Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment. So I probably won't be able to help you with whatever you were here to ask me about.
Oh, all right then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery. Hang in there.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
Hostia, es que esto a mí me recuerda a los torneos de Dragon Ball con Goku de
We
pequeño.
still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
Seguramente.
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind, and it could have cost you the match. But you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. That is a most invaluable skill.
Eres muy
In
observador.
fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet, and the pattern of your breathing. But it is nothing remarkable, for I discerned nothing more than Captain Beto did.
He's right. But in my case, I was purely relying on previous experience. I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
Así es.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round. Do you think they'll be stronger than the one we faced in the semifinals?
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair share of battles. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
Debemos ir en
If
Inazuma,
that
como
is the
sea.
case, then I have a proposal for you. Let's go somewhere a little quieter, shall we? I
What?
haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma, I was a wandering samurai.
Ooh.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like someone who's used to waving a sword around.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, is there harm in acquiring a surplus skill? I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across the lands. I do possess some knowledge regarding your opponent's particular skill set. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know your enemy. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require more than just bravery alone.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, nature also leaves its traces upon you. However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still. These are the things I am curious to know about. Come with me. Some post-match entertainment is in order.
Bueno, vamos a ver, Kazuha. ¿Qué nos dice? Ve con Kazuha a un lugar más tranquilo. Ese es el objetivo y lo tenemos allí. Así que rápidamente, pues vamos a teletransportarnos. O sea, esta parte como que se enrollan mucho para llegar hasta Inazuma. Es un torneo, pero bueno, hay que hablar con la gente, todo el rollo. Y eso pues lo alarga. A ver, habla con Kazuha, ¿correcto? Veamos qué nos dice.
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Ahora entiendo que no quisieras hablar
I
allí.
knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met. You've known all along.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say it would cause some unwanted misunderstandings. If I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a match.
Sí, pero ¿cómo lo sabes?
When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. I mean these things in the truest sense possible. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind and the whispers of the leaves. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow Paimon still believes you.
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision, and not to mention your incredibly complex scent, like that of some mysterious being.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell. It's weird.
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities?
Lo único que hice fue tocar una estatua de los 7.
Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Fue gracias a los conocimientos de Paimon.
It's nothing really. Paimon just told him whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow, he just naturally learned to use the elements to it all. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to me. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange.
Por fin una batalla
Now
real.
then, let's test your skills, shall we?
Vale, derrota a los monstruos y enséñale a Kazuha tu poder elemental. Bueno, yo voy a ir haciendo cosas. Vamos a ver. Venga, va. Solo queda este. Oh, bueno, cuidado. Bien. Bueno, roto. Faltas tú, pintamonas. Bien. Buf. Habla con Kazuha. Qué fácil, madre mía.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even with your opponent's speed, he shouldn't be able to overwhelm you. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attacks should pose no threat to you.
Gracias, no lo
Please,
subestimaré.
save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the elements that defies all known principles. The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems, and one will always encounter that which is still unknown.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own? Why are you so intent on exploring the connection between visions and the elements?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant humans the... My apologies. You must be completely in the dark regarding such matters. For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways, I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding
Quisiera,
Inazuma.
bueno, quiero saber más acerca de los temas
So
desconocidos.
that's what you're curious about? Then allow me to tell you more. As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably. Sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead in the outset. Supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro-Archon now doubt these criteria? Not to mention, with no new Electro-visions having been granted for such a long time, It would seem that we can infer something of the Raiden Shogun's feelings on the matter.
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard to what others may think or feel. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before?
Fue hace mucho tiempo.
With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon forgot all about the tournament!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together.
Sí, vamos juntos.
Very well. Let's go. I wish to see who will obtain the vision.
Menos mal que nos llevan ya, directamente, si le damos a esa opción. Vale, vamos a ver.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! This is the final match! We've seen many exciting battles today, and now, at long last, the two finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen him, his reputation knows no bounds. He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Wow!
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match in the semifinals. But today's final round will surely take things up a notch. As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived. Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds. This is the finals. Apologies, everyone just sit tight.
A lo mejor se ha equivocado de hora.
They've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
¿Qué dices? ¿Qué estás sospechando, amigo? No me jodas. No me jodas. No me jodas.
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing in broad daylight?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze. The culprit has only acted recently. They will not have gotten far. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, if you insist. I'll leave the matter to you then. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, please come with me.
De todas formas, mi rival no ha aparecido.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Venga, vamos, vamos, Kazuha. De acuerdo, ve a la ubicación de la corriente de viento. Vale, esto está aquí, está cerquita. Así que...
A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance.
Vale,
Ride the
pues...
winds upward. From there we can continue our search for clues.
Sí. Será ese cerdo, ¿no?
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
No sé.
You'll see shortly.
Tío, pero Diluc, apunta bien, jodido cerdo. Como odio esto, va, coño. Me estás haciendo perder el tiempo. Que quiero ir a Inazuma, joder. coño. Vale, la pista está allí. Así que vamos a ver.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Tío, de verdad.
Hubris.
Cómo odio esta mierda, tío,
This
de
way.
corriente,
Follow
tío.
me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Tío, 10 segundos. Me estás jodiendo la vida, Puto juego, tío. No me lo puedo creer. A ver, gilipollas. Tío, qué rabia me está dando esto, nene. Puto corriente de mis huevos. Que no subas, tío. Venga, coño, tira para adelante. Avila, que me canso.
This way. Follow me.
Avila,
There
más
may be
rápido.
an ambush waiting for us up ahead,
Hostia, tío.
but I trust that you are well prepared for
Venga.
such a scenario.
Súper fácil, va.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Venga, que os reviento el culo, cerdo.
Just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Venga, a comer. Pues ahora hay que ir hasta allí, donde está el ladrón de mis huevos. Vamos a ver, el cobarde ese. Ahí está. Venga, rápido.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your vision. Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist. Namely, speed, stealth, and style.
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Fine, fine. I admit it. I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters. I fought my way to the finals and...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent!
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then you showed up. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily after coming all this way. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch up to me.
Entréganos la visión.
After all I went through to get
Sí.
it? I think not.
Haz lo que te decimos y no te pasará nada.
Really?
Si nos entregas la visión, te dejaremos ir.
Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's nothing but a useless shell to me.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
Huh? You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux fleet. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Bueno, pues a pelear, pintamonas. Ven aquí. Venga. A dormir. Ya está, súper fácil. Muy fácil.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please.
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their favor upon him. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind. No further punishment for you.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable and fits the way of the samurai.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me. You truly are generous.
Pues que huya, cerdo.
Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity for him to awaken the vision, but unfortunately, nothing happened.
No sé, que lo tenías todo planeado.
Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible for an extinguished vision to be reawakened. From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this experiment. I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm hoping for.
Lo intentaré.
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
I see. So you are also unable to rekindle the vision. No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
¿Por qué estás tan apegado a esta visión?
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend.
Oh, a ver.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my heart.
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned.
Si necesitas hablar,
Do not let my feelings trouble you. But thank you.
Vale, pues ya está, ¿no? Vuelve a la arena en el bosque de piedra Guyun. Ese es el objetivo, que lo tenemos allí. Vale, estoy viendo... Me gusta lo que estoy viendo, porque el nombre de esta misión se llama Viento en Popa. Y creo que tras superar esto podremos alcanzar el archipiélago dorado o de manzana dorado. No me acuerdo cómo se llamaba. Uf, Dios, me gustaría enseñar eso, la verdad. Porque creo que el requisito era superar Viento en Popa. Y es lo que estamos haciendo ahora. Si os dais cuenta, ahí pone Viento en Popa. Creo que era esa. Hostia, qué bueno, tío. Vais a alucinar con esas islas. Porque encima ahí, como es algo temporal, va a desaparecer en 26 días. Bueno, cuando estéis viendo esto, ya habrá desaparecido. Pero yo cuando lo estoy grabando, pues quedarán 20 algo de días. Entonces en 20 algo de días tengo que lograr mostrar todo eso, tío. Y me gustaría Hay algunas cosas muy jodidas, tío, os lo digo. Muy jodidas. Demasiado. Y algunas son muy pesadas. Un coñazo. Pero bueno, veremos. Al ser algo temporal mostraré algunas cosas, no todas. Al menos en los vídeos, no sé, ya veremos. Bueno, hemos llegado. ¡Zuhan!
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in his mind. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified. And our hero here is the champion.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare the champion's medal to award you.
Entonces podremos ir a Inazuma.
I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue in the hope of finding a way to reawaken the vision.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
Buah, hemos superado ya por fin esta misión, señores. Qué bonito, de verdad. No me lo puedo creer. Bueno, sí, me lo creo. Vale, a ver. Tenemos recompensas, medalla del campeón del Torneo Crux. Nada mal eso. Y hay las super recompensas por superar la misión. A ver, lo primero. Vale, ahí lo tenemos, lo podéis leer si queréis. Y ahora el logro. Viento de otoño y hojas escarlata. Completa viento de otoño y hojas escarlata. Sí, señor. Pues ya está, hostia. A ver, un momento. Vale, esto es misiones de Arconte. Esta de momento no se puede hacer, pero tenemos la opción de Izad las velas, que es la siguiente de Arconte. O también esta, otras vacaciones en Manzana Dorada. ¿Veis? No sé por qué pone que es una misión legendaria, la verdad, no sé dónde la voy a incluir, pero arriba pone Mondstadt, así que a lo mejor dentro de misión de mundo de Mondstadt, aunque no es una misión de mundo, pero es que no lo sé cómo mostraré esto, la verdad. Bueno, a lo mejor no lo muestro en vídeos aparte, la cuestión es que esto es lo que vamos a empezar a hacer ahora, señores, porque aquí ya se ha desbloqueado, tío. Uf, qué bien, tío. Este es el objetivo a partir de ahora, ¿de acuerdo? Antes de llegar a Inazuma, porque esto es temporal y la verdad quiero hacerlo ya. Voy a hacer el ritual como si fuera algo que no... O sea, como si fuera algo, yo que sé, distinto. Es algo distinto, pero no sé. No sé si lo mostraré esto en vídeos aparte. Ya veremos, a lo mejor sí, a lo mejor no, no lo sé. Porque claro, esto es algo temporal, o sea que en 20 y tantos días a lo mejor a alguien le sirve, pero cuando salgan estos vídeos ya a nadie le va a servir realmente, así que... Bueno, voy a hacer el ritual, ya veremos. Otras vacaciones en Manzana Dorada, dirígete al gremio de aventureros de Mondstadt. Bueno, eso está en Mondstadt, no hay pérdida en absoluto.
Ah, traveler. It so happens that a friend of yours asked me to pass on a message when I saw you.
Someone left a message for us? Ah, who could it be?
My beloved retainer. Have you noticed that silver thread of which fate is woven, now twisting and twining itself around you? The Aug der Verurteilung das großen Kaleidophantasmus will be watching you. Apologies. This message is unusually difficult to recite. Would you like to hear more?
Definitely sounds like Fischl's note. What should we do?
Quiero seguir escuchando.
We'll be watching you as you step into the glorious castle of the Immer Nachreich. Come to me at once. Swear an oath to me in my blessed name, and we shall journey together to the depths of the world. Anyway, to summarize, Miss Fischl asked me to ask you to go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. Please meet her there when you have the time. She said that she will be waiting for you.
Oh, Fischl. Such a mystifying message for such a plain and simple request. Well, if Fischl's expecting us, then let's not keep her waiting. Let's head towards the cathedral plaza.
Venga, Cathedral Plaza. Busca a Fischl en la plaza, de acuerdo. Pues obviamente vamos a ir para allí. Y ya está. Al ser temporal yo creo que no voy a hacer vídeos aparte de esto, la verdad. Porque es que esto va al final como va a desaparecer. En un futuro yo no sé si lo volverán a incluir. Yo no soy adivino. Pero como ya hicieron algo así y lo quitaron, pues... Ahí estamos. Fischl.
There she is! And Mona, too!
Oh, welcome, welcome, most loyal attendants of the Prinzessin.
Bueno, ahí nos hablan un poco de Fischl, por si alguien lo quiere leer, perfecto.
Which one is it, retainer or attendant? Make up your mind.
My apologies. Mein Fräulein tends to use exaggerated expressions when she's in good spirits.
Hey, Fischl! You were looking for us, right? Sounds like the fun started without us. What's got you in such a good mood?
Hace tiempo que no nos vemos.
So, the whisper of eternal night summons you back to my side. Splendid. What a blessed reunion. A boon from beyond the eventide. Come, partake of this joy with me, my subjects.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you again. Mein Fräulein and I extend to you our most sincere greetings.
Paimon wants to say a proper hello too, but Paimon has no idea how to, partake.
A normal person in this situation would simply say, "Hi, traveler, how have you been?"
Pues haciendo lo que se puede, gracias.
The traveler and I are like intertwined stars in the vast galaxy. You of all people should very well know the fate foretold by this meeting.
Precisely. Lady Magistus, please refrain from such unimaginative utterances.
Lady what now?
¿Es tu nuevo apodo?
Lady Magistus has long since become a citizen of the Immer Nachreich. She has been serving as court archmage under one's command for some time now. That's just my surname. Don't mind that. This is so embarrassing. You're here because Fischl asked Catherine to ask you to come, right? Indeed so, my archmage. Did even this appear in thy divination? Why, your powers are truly dangerous. Oh, for the love... No, of course not. You told me yourself that you'd left a message with Catherine. Excuse me. Anyway, in my case, she practically beat the door down to get me to come along. Whatever she says, please, don't be too astonished.
Don't worry. We've been around the block. You can't faze us.
Oh, faithful servants, one's homeland, the Immer Nachreich, which bears the darkest of all fates, draws near to this world once more. Stand with me in anticipation, for the glory of our kingdom is nigh.
Wait, what?
Indeed. Only one's most faithful envoys are fortunate enough to be privy to this great revelation. The Immer Nachreich is near Mondstadt.
A ver, entendido. Informaremos a los caballeros de Favonius de inmediato.
That will be most unnecessary.
I know it sounds absurd, but there's actually something behind this, I promise. Basically, what official means is...
Lady Magistus!
All right. Honestly, look at me. A genius astrologist forced into a juvenile role-playing. The truth is that yesterday, Her Highness encountered the Spark Knight Klee outside of the city. Both being of great fame, they recognized one another instantly and began to converse. It was already getting dark, so, in that spirit of great compassion and care for which she is known, Her Highness personally accompanied Klee back to Mondstadt. On the way, Her Highness relayed to Klee the story of her origins. Upon hearing the tragic tale of the fall of Her Highness's homeworld, the tender-hearted Spark Knight inquired, with tears welling up in her eyes.
Oh no! Is the Immernachtreich really gone? Won't it grow back?
Oh, mortal, your sovereign's heart is touched by thy sincerity and sympathy. But nay, the Immernachtreich is an everlasting realm, and one day, it shall make its reappearance.
Really? So how do we make your homeland grow back again? Oh, please tell me. Please.
Since you inquire so earnestly, give unto me a tranquil haven, promise me eternal admiration, lend me both time and wind, and one shall revive one's homeworld.
Could you cut the reenactment and just get to the point?
In short, Klee gave Fischl an island to serve as the promised land where the Immernachtreich will appear. I didn't believe it either at first, but then I saw this letter.
Vale, para su alteza, la honorable princesa del juicio del reino de la noche eterna. Soy una bruja que viaja entre las montañas y los ríos de Teyvat. Me atrevo a escribir esta carta puesto que escuché de mi joven hija que su grandioso reino se está desmoronando y que busca una manera de salvarlo. Muy lejos de aquí, en el mar, hay un lugar llamado Archipiélago Manzana Dorada. Ojalá esta tierra sin dueño pueda ser de ayuda para los planes del reino de la noche eterna.
Providence has gifted Mein Fräulein with an excellent opportunity. Esteemed traveler, as Mein Fräulein's cherished retainer, you deserve to bear witness to this grand moment with us.
This island looks kinda familiar.
Traveler, curtail thy umming and awing at once. The throne of the Immernachtreich calls for me. Come, be my blade, clear the way, and witness what is to come.
I think she just wants to invite you along to the island with her. That being said, I have a feeling that I'll be better off not performing any divination where that island's concerned.
Huh? Why not?
Klee is involved in this, which means her mother is probably involved, which means that old hag is involved. Thanks, but no thanks.
¿Qué necesita que haga mi princesa?
You who have traveled to the farthest reaches of the world, fathom the celestial path of stardust in the palm of your hand, and witness raindrops converge and become one with the undercurrent of destiny. You, yes you,
must chart the course that leads the way to the land promised to Mein Fräulein by fate.
Oh, Fischl doesn't know the way there.
Lo sabía.
Since thou asketh for our help, Paimon can telleth you that we are good friends with the Spark Knight Klee, the guides of destiny.
Paimon, tú...
Come on, just play along.
Está bien, yo soy quien navega hasta el infinito y más allá.
Behold, the Watcher, the Guide, the Weaver of Dreams, the Traveler.
Excellent, most excellent.
Bajo la atónita mirada de los habitantes de Mondstadt, el espectáculo continúa durante otra media hora. Pesados.
Traveler, since you say you know the way, we'll let you take us to the island. I mean, the promised land.
Confía en mí, señorita Megistus.
Oh, good, fine, done. Right now, Lady Magistus needs to go home to pack her things and catch up on some sleep. Your Highness, your other distinguished selves, let's meet at the city gate at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Very well. Then it is settled. One blesses you with an undisturbed slumber, Lady Magistus. You too, traveler.
Mein Fräulein means to say, good night. See you all tomorrow.
About darn time. Good night.
Uf, locura, locura.
You all have proper rules. How come Paimon has to be a clock on the wall in the royal palace? Cuckoo! It's 12 o'clock sharp in the Immernachtreich.
Bueno, Paimon, tú fuiste quien empezó.
Anyway, since those islands are a pretty mind-blowing place, why don't we get some people with mind-boggling ideas to help us out? Kaya's mind works in mysterious ways. But no one in Mondstadt has ideas that boggle the mind quite like a certain somebody who's definitely going to be in the tavern at this hour. Come on, let's go rope him into helping us.
Vale, pues creo que sé a quién se va a referir. Empezamos, una travesía estival 1, otras vacaciones en Manzana Dorada, señores. Pues el objetivo es ir al obsequio del ángel, que eso lo tenemos allí. Voy a intentarlo hacer al menos a continuación, porque bueno, llevo una horita, pero yo qué sé. A ver, esto no sé si era muy largo esta escena de ahora. Espero que no, la verdad, porque esto va a ser lo último que hagamos y espero que no se alargue tanto, la verdad. Vale, pues entramos. Supongo que aquí vamos a buscar a... Ya, ahora lo veréis, ya veréis.
We're here, tone-deaf bard! Uh-huh. What are they doing in Mondstadt?
Well, look at that! You're really here. Come on, take a seat and join our delightful conversation.
Wow, Traveler, Paimon! Speak of the devil, we were literally just talking about you.
Vale, ahí tenemos a Xinyan, también nos hablan un poquito de ella.
Truly a curious coincidence.
Kazuha? Xinyan? What are you doing here in a Mondstadt tavern? And how'd you end up having to share a table with the tone-deaf bard?
Tone-deaf bard? Now that's a fun stage name. It seems like you're a pretty well-known singer, fella. Though sadly not a rock and roll singer, or we could perform a duet. So, you all know each other. My newfound friends are my old friends' friends from afar. This is a rare opportunity indeed. Oh, we should form a poetry club and call it, the Free Poet Society, or something like that.
¿Han venido desde Liyu?
Yeah, I felt like getting out and finding some new inspiration for my songwriting. Kazuha felt like going on a trip too, so we figured we'd travel together. Last month, Beto held a big booze-filled party called the Drink Till You Sink Championship, and she put me in charge of the music. And that's where I met Kazuha.
Although Xinyan can come across as unruly at times, her musical understanding is highly nuanced and original. Safe to say, our shared appreciation for music struck a chord in us both.
Oh, you can say that again. In Kazuha's hands, even a leaf becomes an instrument. That makes him an expert among my friends. Starting from Liyue, we passed through Stone Gate and kept going till we came into Mondstadt. Then along the way, we saw this really awesome manor. It was something else.
Oh, yeah, we know the one. Our friend owns that place.
Really? Y'all sure have a lot of friends. Well, whoever it is that lives in that fine place must be really...
Guess so.
Similar souls tend to attract each other. Traveler and Paimon, you must have exceptional taste, just like that friend of yours.
Wow, you're too nice. Unlike some people who only ever seem to poke fun at Paimon.
By the way, do you know anything about the Iridescence Tour? It's supposed to be huge. Rumor has it that all 7 nations of Teyvat are gonna be involved.
Sí.
Well, so far it's mostly just empty promises. Anyway, it's supposed to be a music festival. The organizer really did a number on me last time. They canceled on me. But I hear that they're still active. I'd love to give the festival another shot. But wouldn't you know it, the plans fell through again. How can they mess up this bad twice in a row? Music is all about inspiration. Maybe the organizers canceled the show because theirs dried up. But fear not, weary travelers, for your journey was not in vain. It has, after all, brought you here, to me, to the Temple of Music. Your Temple of Music must have more than just good tunes. You're a bard, ain't you? A song's gotta have a good story or it doesn't make the cut, right? Exactly.
You understand the meaning of being a bard so well. To express my gratitude, I will even share one of these stories with you.
Oh, you're a funny fella. Are all bards like you?
I've met many bards during my travels, but none of them are as entertaining as you.
I'm sure it all comes down to the richness of my imagination and, by extension, the poverty of theirs. And on that note, here is a fantastical tale that is sure to delight you all.
Venga, va.
Legends tell of an emerald isle in the middle of the ocean. There, the Dodo King and his people live a blissful existence. When a Dodoko is born, it dives into the water. Some learn to swim. Others are carried away by the waves, all the way to Mondstadt, where they befriend the children there. One Dodoko made a new friend in Mondstadt, the little Spark Knight. But the Dodo King did not approve. He demanded that the little knight come to the island and prove herself to him. So the little knight, together with her most important friend in the world, braved the wind and waves, finally reaching the middle of the ocean. But Dodo King was not there. Dodo King had lied. There was no trial by fire or interrogation. The little knight's mother, who was a mage, had built an entire summer city there as a gift to her daughter. Summer is the season of love. It is the time for freedom and fun. So everyone, please sing, dance, and enjoy yourselves here. The end.
Qué casualidad, estaba a punto de preguntarle por la isla.
How interesting. I now have the urge to visit that island myself. This is the thing about traveling. You can't plan ahead.
Tienes razón.
I'm glad you liked it. Well, there's wine on the table, and I have stories to tell. Seems like fate is feeling kind today.
Here's to music. Come on, traveler.
Don't worry. If you don't like wine, there's juice as well.
In that case, I'll have a glass of juice. This one. I like the color.
Muy bien, para beber. De alguna manera bebes y bebes con todos hasta que ves a alguien que está como una cuba. ¿Quién será? No me lo puedo imaginar.
Uh-oh. This fella's
Hostia,
drunk.
Kazuha.
But, wasn't he drinking fruit juice?
More. More. More, please.
Está loco.
Oops. I think I accidentally placed some fruity cocktails out there. My bad.
Seriously?
Anyway, guess it's time to talk about business after all that drinking.
Oh,
Sí, venga,
yeah.
va.
That's a good point. We didn't come here to drink.
Venti, ven con nosotros un momento. Vale, pues habla con Venti en el segundo piso de la taberna. Rápidamente, vamos para allí.
Look where we are. Yup, I can sense that you're about to tell me something very interesting.
Bueno, le cuentas a Venti que Kili le regaló una isla
A special
Fission.
gift from her mother to an adventurer friend? Oh, she's such a kind-hearted child. As I'm sure
Sí.
you've already guessed, that letter is most definitely written by Alice.
Yeah, that's so.
Speaking of, guess which two people I ran into on my way to the tavern today?
Master Jean? Or Lisa?
A mother and daughter, both with long elf ears and the most amazingly adorable personalities.
Alice and Klee?
Ding, ding, ding! Correct in! The unaging mage was taking her teeny tiny knight on a vacation, and I happened to run into them. As a friendly greeting, the mysterious woman gave me a gift. She also said that if I meet any fun friends, I should share this gift with them. So now it's yours to keep.
Bueno, pues dámelo.
It's a bomb!
Minus the fuse, so don't worry, it's not going to explode. Come on, take it. This way we can talk to each other just like this, even when we're apart.
Oh, qué bien. Wow, suena increíble.
It's called a Dodo communication device, and it allows people to stay in touch over vast distances. However, you can't just use it anytime you want, and there's also a limit on the number of times you can use it. That's why it's currently only available to a certain select few. I heard that the inspiration for this comes from another world. Alice is always full of surprises. She and Klee asked me to tell you. Please take this with you when you depart for the island. No, wait, the Promised Land with your friends. And have fun. Don't worry about how to get there. The organizers of this vacation have made arrangements. Turn right after you exit the city gates, and you'll see something that will make you very happy.
Sounds like the two of you are in cahoots over this.
Of course not. Is that really the sort of person you think I am? Traveler, you're my friend. And as your friend, I just want to give you something that'll make you happy. How can you think this of me?
Bueno, iré.
Fair enough. The tone-deaf guard does like to joke around, but he's still one of our best friends. Besides, a vacation sounds great. Actually, Kazuha and Shinyan seemed pretty interested in coming on this trip too. Let's ask them if they want to join us.
Sí, está bien, es una buena opción. A ver si se le pasa la cuba a Kazuha. Y nos vamos ya porque se alarga esto.
Poor Kazuha's still out for the count. Seems like he can't handle alcohol so well.
Shinyan, do you want to come to the islands with us?
Adventure. Can't.
Huh? He doesn't want to go anymore. He seemed really interested just a moment ago.
Can't miss the adventure.
Kazuha might act mature, but deep down he's just another youngster eager for new experiences.
Well, all the more reason for you to join the island trip. You know, a lot of people have praised the beautiful scenery there. Even bards.
Okay, sounds like a plan. How do we get there?
Someone's got it covered, apparently. There'll be a few others joining us on this trip, and we're meeting at the city gate tomorrow morning. We'll wait for you.
Kazuha, despierta, nos vamos de aventura.
Oh, yeah. They don't know official yet, do they? Okay, so here's the deal. There's a princess from a faraway land and her retinue, who are also coming on this trip.
Huh? Paimon, don't get me wrong. I'm just asking to make sure. But from the way you're plugging this trip so hard, did the Iridescence Tour folks put you up to this? After all, canceling the Iridescence Tour after people already made the trip, that's kind of the same thing as tricking people into going traveling, ain't it?
Ugh! Why won't anyone believe Paimon?
Don't worry about that for now. You'll all have the chance to get acquainted with each other tomorrow morning. Whether you're a princess, a retainer, a talking raven, a samurai, or a musician, you're all VIP guests of the island on your summer vacation. And that's what counts, right?
I'm sure looking forward to it.
Sí, venga, de vacaciones. Oye, Venti, ¿tú no vienes?
I'll have to pass. I have some work to take care of.
You serious? The tone-deaf bard actually has plans to do some work?
I promised a young lady with cat ears and a cattail that I'd sing at her tavern to boost business and beat the competition. Ah, yes, the competition being this place, which has six-fingered Jose.
Aren't you allergic to cats?
Yup, I can always sing on their roof. She told me that as long as their sales surpass their competitor, there's a whole month's worth of wine in it for me. Oh, what a fine employment opportunity. Virtually tailor-made for me. So have fun. And don't worry about me. I feel like this summer is going to be a very interesting...
Venga, sí, muy divertido. Pues ya está. Bueno, pues esperaremos mañana a las 8:10, así que bueno, vamos a salir. Y ahora pues voy a hacer eso, pero no voy a... O sea, voy a adelantar la hora, por si acaso. A ver, hora a las 8. Pues así mismo. No voy a continuar, simplemente quiero pues que la misión se actualice y se quede actualizada ya. Y quiero que se quede actualizada grabando y no por accidente fuera de grabación. Vale, Dirígete a la entrada de la ciudad, ¿de acuerdo? Ese es el siguiente objetivo y lo tenemos evidentemente en la entrada. Pero yo de momento lo voy a dejar aquí, que no se me olvide, en este lugar alto. Y ya lo haremos, así que yo de momento me despido y no me enrollo más. Disfrutad de vuestros días, pero recordad sobre todo de vuestras noches. Hasta la próxima.